December 2021, I arrived at my base. June 2026, I drove away for the last time. First arrived to my base in December of 2021. A couple of days after that, it was a crazy, crazy snowstorm. Everything was shut down. So I actually didn't make it to my unit. Remember, I made it there at the end of December. I didn't make it to my unit till February. So for that time, for me, that time was amazing. Just relaxing, waking up. At the time, my supervisor was just like, hey, just let me know if you have power when you wake up. Because at the time, during that time, I was living on base. So power outages was a bit of an issue there. So she was just like, hey, when you wake up, text me, let me know you have power. And then that was it. That was the only time we spoke. So I text her every morning, hey ma'am, no power, good to go. And then I couldn't do much because the roads were covered in snow. But, I just wake up and enjoy life for those, month? My AFSC is 3FO. I am a personnelist. So once the snowstorm was over, I finally made it to the NPF, met some amazing people, met some amazing airmen, and also met some amazing mentors that helped coach, develop, and cultivate the airman that I am today. As I was at that specific NPF, I was selected to go on a deployment overseas in the Middle East, and it was fun. It was enjoyable. I love the heat, so being in that kind of weather, that kind of environment was extremely, extremely enjoyable for me. While I was deployed, I did have a roommate at the time. If he watches this video, he knows exactly who he is. And we work different schedules. This is how much I love the heat. We work different schedules. Sometimes he would leave before me, sometimes I would leave before him, depending on our schedule that day. For example, if he left before me, he would turn the heat on. Yes, he would turn the heat on in the desert for me while I was still sleeping. But that was my thing. And when I got up, got dressed and everything, what I would do for him is I would turn the AC back on so that when he came back into the room, it's nice, cold, blowing AC. And for me, I woke up in a very hot, dry, desert-like room. While I was deployed, I did go to the Jordan River. I'm sorry. I did go to the Jordan River, which was fun and enjoyable, and I will enter those pictures and or videos here. But I also did go to the Dead Sea, maybe like 3 or 4 times, so that was good as well. Eventually, the deployment came to an end, and I came back to the States. From there, I did go back to the NPF. After that, I did move up to the CSS. And all of this is Air Force lingo, so if you're confused, just let me know in the comments if you want me to explain all of this in more detail, the abbreviations that I'm using. But NPF to help out. NPF is Military Personnel Flight, and CSS is Commander Support Staff. So I was at the NPF initially before my deployment, came back to the NPF a little bit after my deployment, and then I went up to the CSS. And I enjoyed the CSS so much. Met amazing. Again, I just keep meeting all of these amazing and new people that even help develop the airman, the senior airman, right? The airman that I am to this day. So I was at the CSS for, I'm going to say 18 or 19 months. And during this time, so in the beginning, when I first joined the Air Force, my mindset was always, Tiki was always 6 and done. Tiki's going to do his 6 years and get out. And that's it. My military life, my military chapter would be closing in, 6 years, 6 and done, 6 years are done. Apologies. As I was at the CSS, I came to the realization that one, I wanted to do 20 years, which was a shocker. Everybody that I spoke to was like, Tiki, you want to do 20 years now? Because again, Tiki was known for being 6 and done. That was it. So, as I was at the CSS, I decided to do 20 years. And since I wanted to do 20 years, I was like, I'm going to do the rest of my X amount of years as an officer. As I was going throughout my Palace Chase experience, I went from the CSS back to the NPF until my Palace Chase package was approved and everything. Back at the NPF, I did meet amazing, spectacular people that continue to help develop and cultivate the airman that I am today. Then I went on terminal leave. And the military, depending on how you use your leave, you could have something called terminal leave, which essentially means that you could be on leave before your actual DOS, which is date of separation. So I had terminal leave before my day of separation. So eventually I went on terminal leave and I incorporated, something, it's not uncommon, but I incorporated midday naps, which I loved and enjoyed. But while on terminal leave, because the school that I'm going to, so I was stationed up in Maryland and I decided to move down to Georgia because the college that I will be attending is Morehouse. Oh, give it up for Morehouse. Woo, 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 woo. So yes, because I was moving from Maryland to Georgia, I had to move and pack up all of my things. So while on terminal leave, moving day came and moving day happened. And, I passed, both of my inspections, pre-inspection, right? A couple of weeks, well, I'm not gonna say a couple of weeks, but, the pre-inspection, just to look at the house to make sure, I didn't destroy it. And then final inspection, which is essentially when, they come in, do one final sweep, hand them keys, and that is it. And now I'm driving down from Maryland to Georgia, music blasting, music playing, celebrating this first part of my military journey, military experience, being at this base for almost 5 years. You meet a lot of people, you experience a lot of different things. So, having a goal of, hey, I want to become an officer, the best way for me to kind of do this is to do Palace Chase. So celebrating the fact that I came up with a plan, stuck with it, and actually seeing that plan achieved, yeah, it was a good drive. For some moments, right, it was quiet, it was reflective. I'm just like, wow, almost 5 years at this one base, including my deployment, but 5 years at this one base. Think about all the people I met, all the experiences, and everything that I've experienced. It was a good, quiet, some parts was quiet, reflective 12-hour drive. So now that all of that is out the way, and I gave y'all just a brief reflection on my almost 5 years at that one particular base. Tiki, what's next? What's new? What's going on? Couple things. So now that I'm here and settled in Georgia, from this moment forward, I will be uploading, dropping weekly YouTube videos every Sunday to give you guys an update on the week I just had. So that's pretty much what the rest of the videos is going to be about. You guys tagging along, watching, liking, commenting, sharing, me on my journey, figuring life out, figuring out my new life in Georgia, figuring out what it means to be a student again, a full-time student again at Morehouse, while also doing Air Force ROTC. You know, me talk about, you know, like my fitness journey. I was a runner. Now my fitness journey is transitioning because I do want to bulk up and build muscle. So, you know, talking about that process, there, I am also a reader. So I'm currently reading a book, and whenever something really hits me that I feel like you guys can also benefit from, I will be sharing that with you guys as well. So that is what's next, what's new, what's now. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you on the next one. Yeah, thank y'all. So I had to get y'all water at least. Thank y'all. Out of here, man. Damn. Yes, yes.
Where you going?
Down to Georgia.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. The time has come.
Oh.
No. Get to guard base in Savannah.
Okay.
Yeah. Go on guard. Switching to guard as well. There you go, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you. But yeah, out of here, man.